For decades, we've all had this picture in our heads, right? A car factory that's run entirely by robots. Just a symphony of steel and circuits building our cars, and not a single human in sight. But here's the real question. Is that vision of the future something we've actually achieved, or is it still just a powerful myth?
This quote from one of the biggest visionaries in tech really gets to the heart of it. The whole dream of total automation was driven by one thing: speed. Superhuman speed. The belief was that to build things at a revolutionary pace, you just had to get the slow, mistake-prone human element out of the way. And this vision, it's got a name: the Lights Out Factory. It's this idea of a place where production just never stops. Robots work tirelessly in the dark because, hey, they don't need lights. It's supposed to be the absolute peak of industrial efficiency, or at least that's the dream. And it's really no surprise why. I mean, just picture it. A relentless ballet of robotic arms welding with perfect accuracy, painting with a flawless finish, and lifting these super heavy engines without breaking a sweat. These are all tasks that would exhaust any person, but robots can do them perfectly thousands of times a day. So the main idea, the big thesis that's been driving this multi-billion-dollar push, has always been pretty simple. Just remove the human element. Replace people with machines, and boom, you unlock this whole new level of productivity. But what happens when that dream of total automation slams head-on into the messy, unpredictable reality of the real world? Well, Tesla gave us all a front-row seat to that very collision. In 2018, this was the magic number: 500,000. Tesla made this bold promise to produce 500,000 Model 3s, and their whole strategy was built on creating one of the most robotics-driven assembly lines the world had ever seen. The goal was to basically leapfrog the entire industry. But as you can see from this timeline, the reality was anything but seamless. Instead of a smooth ramp-up, it was a total cascade of setbacks. You see that sophisticated conveyance system? Yeah, they installed it and then ripped it out just a few weeks later. And you want to know why? Because the robots couldn't handle tiny imperfections. A bolt that was slightly misaligned, a part that varied by just a millimeter, things a human would instantly adapt to, would grind the entire multi-million-dollar line to a dead stop. The all-robot dream was quickly becoming what Elon Musk himself famously called production hell. And all of that led to this pretty stunning admission. A complete 180 from the very same person who was worried about people speed. It was basically a public announcement that maybe, just maybe, the most valuable part of the assembly line couldn't be programmed. The key takeaway was crystal clear. Humans are underrated. And it turns out, Tesla wasn't the first to learn this lesson the hard way. The history of automation is absolutely filled with stories that prove the irreplaceable value of us, of human workers. Let's look at this classic example from the 80s. It's a stark reminder that the more robots idea has been failing for decades. General Motors poured billions into this futuristic robot-heavy plant. Right nearby, a Ford plant with way less automation and fewer people was consistently and significantly building more cars. So why is that? What gives? Well, it all comes down to these skills that are, uniquely human. Think about it this way. If a screw gets dropped on the assembly line, a robot just stops. It can't deviate from its programming, it just freezes. But a human? We don't just pick up the screw. We might ask, hey, why did this screw drop? How can we change things so it never drops again? And that's the huge difference between just simple repetition and actual active improvement. And this isn't just the theory. A study in a super automated German car plant found that humans had to step in up to 30 times every single shift to stop major problems. Without that constant, smart human oversight, the whole automated line would have just failed. So all of this leads us to where we are now, to the modern way of thinking in manufacturing. It's not a battle of humans versus robots anymore. Instead, it's about a sophisticated and really strategic partnership between the two.
I love this quote from a Toyota manufacturing chief. It just perfectly captures the new philosophy. The goal isn't to replace humans, it's to empower them. Humans become the teachers, the strategists, the problem solvers who guide the robots, which are, let's face it, incredibly powerful tools.
And let's be clear, when you put them on the right tasks, robots are absolute game changers. I mean, when they're used for the repetitive, precise, or dangerous jobs, they give you these massive efficiency gains. You see it in welding, where they pretty much eliminate defects, in painting, where they create a perfect finish every time while cutting emissions, and in assembly, where they handle heavy parts with a speed and grace no human could ever match.
This diagram gives us a great look at that partnership in action. You see this robotic arm doing weld with superhuman precision, but it's working inside a system that was designed, is being monitored, and is constantly being improved by human experts. It's the perfect mix of machine strength and human intelligence.
And the big legacy automakers like Mercedes-Benz and Honda, they completely agree. Mercedes points out that as cars get more and more customizable, human flexibility is actually cheaper than trying to reprogram a robot for every single option. And Honda reminds us that our own senses, our sight, hearing, even our sense of smell are still some of the best quality control tools on the entire planet.
Okay, so if the future of the factory is a human-robot team-up, where's the next big leap in automation going to happen? Well, the answer seems to be shifting from how the car is built to the car itself.
The next great frontier for automation isn't just building the car, it's giving the car itself robotic abilities. This diagram shows how all these sensors, LiDAR, radar, cameras, they all act like the car's eyes and ears, fusing all that data together so it can see, think, and react to the world all around it. And this future is already here, right now. The vast majority of new cars already have these building blocks of autonomy. I mean, think about the last time you were driving and the car automatically slammed on the brakes, or maybe just gently nudged you back into your lane. That is the human-robot partnership happening right there in your own car.
And looking ahead, this partnership is only going to get deeper. We're going to see the rise of cobots. That's collaborative robots, designed to work safely right alongside people. Cars will talk to each other and to the roads. And we might even see humanoid robots show up to handle tasks that need a human-like level of flexibility on the factory floor. So this all brings us back to where we started. The whole story of the automated factory taught us that raw computing power isn't everything. So as machines get smarter and take on more of the predictable tasks, what uniquely human skills? Our creativity, our ability to work together, our empathy. What are the skills that we'll need to focus on to really thrive in this new world of work?